You know anime samurai katana fights are the pieces of action worth looking forward to. The brutal cutthroat slash in berserker rage that will have your hair standing on end, or the battle that transcends the blades. A war of ideals where there is only one victor. What are the top anime samurai katana fights? In today's video, we begin with Saya's purge of a post-apocalyptic world infested with zombies. Saya vs. Vampire, from Blood the Last Vampire. Saya wields the katana with blinding rage as she seeks to purge the world of all the undead. They nearly get the best of her, but that's before she completed this stunning move in just one swing. Rengoku vs. Akaza, from Demon Slayer. Akaza vs. Rengoku, surpassing and exceeding one's own expectations. Beyond all expectations, the Flame Hashira made a last stand against one of the top demon moons. Despite Akaza's demonic strength and fast regeneration gradually wearing him down, Rengoku won't give up on his cutie or his trainee demon slayers. The entire fight is a barrage of breathtaking sights linked together by Rengoku's unfathomable will to do whatever it takes to unleash a flood of ever more awesome flame-breathing techniques. Even though it was a tragic ending, it is the ultimate tribute to a figure who is larger than life. Just like the next one. Hasegawa, from Onihei. Hasegawa's face-off with several henchmen makes for quite a brandishing spectacle. He gets surrounded, but is not fazed in the least, because he's, you know, Hasegawa. He fends off all the attacks, and even hits hard enough for them to realize why surrounding him was a bad idea. That's why you don't mess with a badass samurai like the next one. Hyakimaru vs. Tahumaru, from Dororo. Fans of Dororo have been waiting for this climax, and it did not let them down in the slightest. I think their modernized take on Dororo is absolutely great. This last fight was much more thrilling and engaging because they promoted several character attributes. It is finally here. Fukiyakimaru's struggle to restore his body to its original state culminates in a last-minute showdown with his own brother. And the way the fight ended was fitting. And that's not even talking about the combat itself, which displays the stunning visuals of contemporary anime. Hikimaru has gone a long way. It's this incredible battle payoff that makes Dororo worth watching all the way to the end. Is Yakima the ultimate crusher? On that one, I will leave it up to you. Know that the feeling of heaven is simply a visual delight. Mugen no Juunin, Immortal Blade. Because of the number of men he has killed by the start of the series, Manji is notoriously known in the narrative as both Mr. 12 Blades due to the sheer amount of weapons he carries, and the 100-Man Killer. As the manga title suggests, he has been granted immortality by the Kesenchu, which keeps him from dying. Mostly anyways. When Rin and Shira joined forces to try and ambush Anotsu, Shira showed his true colors by slicing up the prostitute and killing 3 Itoryu members, who Anotsu had set up to protect her and provide a diversion so he could go to another dojo without restriction. Horrified by what she saw, Rin attempted to stop him from killing the prostitute, but Shira was just enraged. Just as Shira was about to execute Rin, Manji showed up and severed Shira's hand to save Rin. Manji shows up for battle, prepared to settle the score and finally put an end to Shira after he kidnaps Rin. To Shira's dismay, Manji leaves the fight as soon as he realizes what Shira has done to Rin in an attempt to save her life. Manji is furious when she returns to their battleground, and just as Shira had hoped, Manji initiates a fight to the death when he suggests that he sexually assaulted Rin, just as he did Oren. And boy, what a sword fight to defend her honor. Jin and Mugen vs. Kariya, from Samurai Champloo. Who would have thought hip-hop and samurai would go together so well? In terms of swagger and flair, it was one of the most distinctive performances available. Although there are many interesting fight scenes throughout the show, I believe that the fight with Karai is the greatest. Characters are striking in every Samurai Champloo bout, and this one is no exception. Just by watching this battle, you can tell how different each of your 3 extremely fierce swordsmen's fighting techniques are. In the Death Samurai combat, you can determine what these characters are like without even needing background. It's just so smooth and flowing, ideal for the things that Samurai Champloo takes great delight in. The fight's sharpness has held up so well over time, and I believe that this style of animation is a major factor in why more seasoned anime fans still have such positive memories of Samurai Champloo. Kenshin vs. Ushio from Rurouni Kenshin. Of course, this list would include one of the most important anime sword fights from Rurouni Kenshin. What better fight to crown it than the end of the most precious arc in the entire series? This clash is more than just a sword fight. It's the culmination of their ideological conflict. Kenshin confronts the merciless beast that, in theory, should easily defeat him and his non-combative killing strategy. Nothing compares to this fight in terms of intensity. It was a battle of conviction with the highest stakes in the entire series. It is important to note that while sword fencing to the death is impressive even from the background and context, the bitter brawl is so thrilling and full of unexpected turns, many of which result in run-ins, like the underappreciated sword fight against armored corpses. Gintoki vs. Takasugi from Gintama. Every Gintama fan has been waiting for this pivotal fight between Gintoki and Takasugi, and boy did it live up to the hype. That, in my opinion, is the ideal way to wrap up Gintoki and Takasugi's protracted conflict. People usually associate Gintama with slapstick humor and gut-wrenching lines, but when it chooses to become serious and wrap up some of its masterfully crafted narratives, the result is this. A thrilling battle that allows the personalities of both fighters to come through. It makes sense why Gintama is the favorite shonen of millions of otaku worldwide. Just extreme brutality and ferocity. The 2 fierce competitors simply let their swords and fists do the talking. This is one of the most intense battle scenes in the entire series. And if you're looking for classic swordplay with a lot of intensity and superb writing, this is the one to watch. Like our #1 pick in this video, Nanashi vs. Lu Lang from Sword of the Stranger. I anoint Nanashi vs. Liu Yang as the best sword fight right now. Even after 15 years, it remains one of the greatest sword fights ever. It has aged nicely, and a big part of that is due to the animator's passion and incredible production values. What a gripping fight! This one overflows with high emotion and is complemented by stunning visuals and sound design. As you would expect from such a big studio of this magnitude, the action is flawless. This fight scene raises the bar of expectations, from the thrusts of the sword to the sharp grinding of their swords as they try to get the best of each other. This is a remarkable feat. Which cool sword fights do you think we missed? Let us know in the comment section below. Check out our other videos on your screen. Stay tuned!